And
Wieners.
hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Horseshoes and Hand Grenades, the show that brings you the strangest but truest news that you have ever seen before. Yes, it's the show that digs deep into the crust of the earth, and it separates the plates, and it goes down, and it pulls up the grime and the goop and the primordial ooze that is the news, and delivers it to yous in a little snack pack-like cup, so you can digest it in your ears for all eternity, because the internet remembers forever. Hi, I'm your host Steven, and the straw hater to my right is Smashy. How are you doing?
There's a size issue happening in this show tonight, and mine is my straw.
Your straw is too short there. You got a little bit of a.
I didn't want to waste a glass straw on a plastic bottle because I felt like that was just dumb.
You don't pull out the big guns on the thing you don't really love. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, sometimes your straw is just not quite long enough. It's just unsatisfactory. You need a little bit more. And you're going to have to decide if you really want to commit to that drink.
Let's play a game.
Okay, I'm ready. Go. Hold on. I'm ready. I'm ready. Where's the button? I have a game button. I don't have a game button.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions.
That's the best I can do. Go.
What is in my cup?
To me, it looks like it's probably some coconut oil, some chia seeds, the heart of a blueberry, some mustard greens, and a half-eaten piece of kale. How's that? Did I get close enough?
You're gonna make me die.
I got it though, right?
Okay, so it's got water in it.
Oh, what a nice ingredient to add.
And then 2 powders. Guess the powders.
Okay.
Otherwise, those would have been fantastic guesses.
Protein butt powder and garlic salt.
It's like you know me.
I know you really well. So, okay, how close was I? Like on a scale of 1 to 2?
I mean, if like 1 was, hey,
Perfect.
we're gonna go to Jurassic Park tomorrow, and then 2 was, 2 was, hey, we're gonna go to Jurassic World tomorrow. You would have been more on a Jurassic World.
So better. You're saying I'm better. I got it. I was thinking more like 1 is on the spot and 2 is perfectly accurate. That's what I was thinking.
Yes, it's acai. Oh, you cheater, McFly. You watched me put it in there.
That's not how. That's acai for one thing.
He spelled it wrong.
And the C has a dumb little ticky mark over top of it.
Acai and I can't say. It's baobab?
You should never listen. The first thing I learned from a nutritionist is don't eat anything with things in it you can't pronounce. And that includes polyphasic tetrachloride and whatever butt juice you just said.
It's just
blood and coke.
You know those trees?
Arrowhead says blood and coke.
Like, the blood that they took from the hospital?
Yes.
I'm a vampire, but I drink my own blood because I'm a narcissist. Oh my God, Steven!
You put the blood in the coke and you shake it all up. All right, go.
Narcissistic vampire lives off his own blood.
You did it. You have cracked.
I have chills from my creativity.
God. Narcissistic vampires like, I don't drink anyone's blood but my own.
Drinks his own blood.
That's gross. I kind of want to throw up thinking about vampires drinking blood. I tried to watch Interview with the Vampire once, and the vampire sucking licking sounds when they're attacking somebody, I got significantly ill, and I had to leave and then come back later and turn the channel. Because
are you serious?
I can't do it. It's that circulatory system bullcrap. Like, people licking their blood and stuff, or like sucking the blood out of someone. Like,
I have a story to tell on Steven after he's done.
The only thing worse than that would be like if you took those tubes that Jacob has for brewing beer, and somebody was just like, I don't drink the blood off the skin anymore. I take this tube and jab it into their neck and just suck it through a straw. Like a vampire crazy straw. Oh, man. I'm going to throw up. I just made myself nauseous. Oh, yeah.
Where like all the humans are in the little Ziploc baggies.
Like, I can't watch vampire movies. The only vampire movies I can watch is Twilight, but I won't watch them because that's like submitting yourself to eyeball torture.
Like a different kind of torture.
That's like Clockwork
Like
Orange,
gross.
eyes held open with paper clips kind of torture.
Wait, that would be like really good for like an eyelash lift.
I'm having, like, you look like you have hyperthyroidism. You're like, I'm living, blah, blah, blah. Oh, my contacts just dried out. I can't see anymore.
I know you can't. You have to like blink.
Stephanie's got laser eyes, so she doesn't have to do that anymore.
So I actually read this article. There's this like whole, I forget what it's like some kind of method, but there's this whole school of thought, like hippie optometrists that believe that external and internal stressors cause our brains basically to squeeze our eyeballs and misshape them, and that you can fix your eyesight by wearing like really low RX prescriptions. Like if you were a 5, you would wear a 2 and let your brain catch up and then just keep moving lower and lower, and then doing these like, I was going to tell a story.
That sounds
about
like
you.
Scientology.
Oh yeah, I read that. I'm like, I'm a hippie, but my dad was an optometrist and I understand the science behind why your eyes suck. And I don't know.
It sounds like junk science to me. Did it come from the same doctor who's like, vaccines cause autism? Whoa, didn't mean to touch a hot button there. Send your emails to hnhshow@gmail.com. Vaccines cause autism. I know because I have a friend who has an uncle who has a brother who worked on the study.
So, I mean, technically they're not wrong. There's like formaldehyde, but it's not. I actually had to have Jacob explain this to me because I'm like, there's formaldehyde in the stuff, right? He's like, there's formaldehyde in your nail polish, Ashley. Shut up, Jacob. And then I switched all my nail polish out.
They found out because they were testing on the animals, and one of them was like, dude, there's formaldehyde in here. And they're like, oh, crap. Good thing we test this on animals because they know.
Yeah.
Also,
Only
not a
in
thing I believe in. Jeez, calm down, email people.
The email Christine. Joel Aaron, yes. When I worked down here at one of the optometric offices, there was a lady that specialized in that. They're really hard, like gas permeable lenses, and you sleep in them, so it shapes your eye, and then you take the contacts out during the day, and then you can see. However, you're sleeping in something that's blocking the oxygen from your eyeballs. And if you sleep funny, if you lay on your side funny, it can also have an effect on the way your eye gets squished. So it's really hit or miss. Like people come in every 2 weeks to get shit checked.
That sounded like you said SHIT dash checked, like in a hockey move or something.
Shit check. I want to tell the story about the veins on you because it's so funny.
I want to hear the story.
You were there for it.
I don't know what story you're about to tell.
The vein story.
The vein story? The
You're
one
like,
from
which
the
vein?
plastic people's place?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you can tell that.
Yay.
Hold on, I need an intro. All right, go.
What plastic people was it?
So there's okay, I'll tell half the story so we have all the details.
Okay.
So there's a presentation that travels around the U.S. and goes to museums, and it involves scrotum, butt cheeks, and the optional view of fetuses and such. It's people that have donated their bodies to science. It's scientists or people who work with bodies. What do you call those? Anatomical people. Anyway,
anatomy.
never mind my inability to say what people do. Let's just say that they take the people and they plastify them. That's also a technical term I just made up on the spot. They create these plastic people out of them, and they do that with different parts of their body. So it's like they take their skeleton and they seal those up. They take their musculature, make that all plasticky. They take all the various systems in the body, digestion, the whole deal, and you can walk through this museum exhibit and see what your body looks like when it's put together. They've actually got one of the things where he's sliced in half, like sliced into sections vertically, so you can look at it like through this glass wall
like
straight
coaster.
on, and it looks like a person. But when you like move around to the side, it's in slits, and it's incredibly gross.
Movie The Cell that's got
Jennifer Lopez.
yes, where they do that to the horse.
But they also got shrinky dink wieners because of the process. They got shrinky dinks, if you know what I mean.
Oh my god, Shrinky
Because it's a human bite. It's not like they put a black bar across the wiener. It's just there.
Shrinky. Hi, Fizzy Pop Soda 2005 question. Do you say pop or soda?
I want a sody pop.
Sody pop. So anyway, we're at this place, and I mean it's awesome. Like they go through like conception to birth, so you see like just
All the
uteruses
parts.
and babies. So the first thing that Steven and I noticed were the hairy ball scrotums.
It's kind of
like,
hard to miss.
Little individual hair. He says soda. I think
Good.
I say pop.
You do, because you're from a place where they say pop. I actually say the drink that it is. I refer to it as Mountain Dew if it's a Mountain Dew, or Dr. Pepper's a Dr. Pepper. I rarely use the generic word to explain
You know what
a
I
carbonated beverage
really call it?
What do you really call it?
River juice. Don't drink it.
For 39 grams of sugar in one can is a lot.
Yeah, that's some.
That's a lot.
Just go eat a candy bar.
Yeah.
Just make a candy bar smoothie. So anyway, we're like walking through, and Steven and I are like, we're with Stephanie, and Stephanie's like all super sciencey. She's like, oh my god, look at this and look at this, and Steven and I are like, you can see the ball hairs. Because we're adults.
Yeah, I'm a child.
So we get to the very end of it, and the last exhibit is the circulatory system. So they've just got veins like over your head, and they like make architecture out of it just to show you like how it's just, I mean, it's like glorious. It's like just this sea of like purple and blue stuff. And so Steven walks up to it, and his face just goes like just drains of all the blood that he's currently staring at. And Stephanie's like, no, she's off in science land. So Steven takes and covers his face with a brochure. He's like, Smashy, I can't do it. I can't. I'm just gonna go all the way around. I'm like, that took us like 4 hours. You can't go out the in hole. So he covers his face, ducks his head, concentrates on his shoes, and I grab his arm, and we maneuver around the circulatory system so he can get out without looking at anything. And he's like flipping out the entire time. It was the funniest thing ever.
Oh, it was bad. It was like a dude on a surfboard or something, and he had all these like red strings hanging off of him.
Those were veins.
Gross. It was so gross. It was so gross. I really did. I covered my, like, I thought I was going to pass out. And so here's the stupid thing about Steven's inability to look at circulatory system stuff. It's not the blood. What? You're amazed. You're like, I think Steven can't look at blood. Steven can look at blood all day. Steven can't look at blood going through tubes, going through... Steven can't look at fine-tuned directional blood. Like
fine-tuned directional blood.
Blood that has been made to go. Like, I hope everybody that's listening isn't throwing up right now like I want to.
You and Patrick would be
I can watch a violent Tarantino movie and people get their heads blown off and stuff. I don't care. I watch Starship Troopers. I'm like, whatever. But I watch Dawn of the Dead when the first little zombie girl comes in and she bites that guy's neck and she pulls back and one of his arteries is like, I wanted to die. I wanted to die. Die. It was horrible. Horrible.
I've been into hamburgers and like had that happen, and that's like what spurned the 4 years of me not eating meat.
Gross. It's like the chicken. Every now and then you get that windy, spicy chicken that has like the tendon in it.
So much worse. Ew, ew.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. There was an episode of
it's gray.
it's awful. Chick-fil-A. I've never had a bad piece of chicken. Never once have I bitten into a Chick-fil-A chicken and found like a rubbery tendon piece.
Yeah.
It's all been wonderful, blessed by the Lord chicken.
it's the Lord's chicken.
The Lord's chicken. If Jesus were to come to the earth in 2015, he'd be like, guys, we're going to be doing some discipling at Chick-fil-A. Because that's some good chicken. He's going to be like, it has nothing to do with Chick-fil-A's anything, because I'm not here for the healthy people, so to speak, but I need that chicken. And then we're going to go, downtown to the red light district and hang out for a while.
I really want to call this episode The Lord's Chicken.
It's the one drawback of doing the title ahead of the show is it makes no sense to anybody. All right, let's do some news.
At the beach. Oh, I guess we could news.
Yeah, we could news. Let's do it. Whoop, that's not the right. Sorry, I'm having a seizure over here. Factoid of the week, because Mars has a lower gravity than Earth, a person weighing 200 pounds on Earth would only weigh 76 pounds on Mars. In other news, I'm moving to Mars. Did you put that in there?
I put that there.
So this brings up, this is kind of like the Mercier's question. Like,
I wish Dress was here because he still does that.
so I only weigh like 78 pounds, maybe? I haven't done,
Wait.
that's all in my head right now.
Is that math?
I'm like 208 pounds. No, I don't know. It's probably 78, 79 pounds. Somebody can fix that. Somebody can make that math work. Somebody in the chat is smarter than me. What's the
I don't know. I
conversion?
can't.
Pounds on Mars. Earth pounds to Mars pounds. To
Mars pounds. Mercier's and Mars pounds.
Let's see. How much would you weigh on other planets? Does it give me a calculator, or is it like do this yourself? Oh, it's do this yourself. I ain't got time for that. This is the age of computers. I don't want to do it.
So you just have to figure out what the thing is that
enter your weight here. Okay, let's
Yeah.
see. Let's say I'm 209 just to be sure, you know.
just in case you have shoes on.
Yeah, I would weigh 78.7 pounds on Mars. That's kind of awesome. On Jupiter, I'm 528 though. Woo-wee.
You would be Super Saiyan Goku, and you could just like jump 700 billion.
What's the conversion? There isn't. I'm not mathing for you, McFly. You can do it yourself.
Only a science person?
Yeah, science person. Like, would you please? Like, dude, there was a dude who was here from Australia, and he was converting Celsius to Fahrenheit like it was no problem. He was just like, oh yes, blah 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 blah, Australia, blah blah blah, 79 degrees. I'm like, what? How did you do that?
I've decided that
Mars
much
pounds.
like Vash the Stampede, you only need to sound confident in what you're saying to be a fantastic bullshitter.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't even know. I guess if I had a baseline of Celsius, like if I knew that 25 was roughly a certain degrees in Fahrenheit, I would just kind of go up or down from that based on how I felt like it feels, you know? It's probably 28.
Military time worked out, so...
That's because those are numbers, Smashy. That's why you don't have the ability to work with those.
Oh. Steven!
What?
I lost my favorite ring!
I know. I haven't seen it. I'm really sorry.
I'm like destroyed. And so Jacob's like, you got that from an ex-boyfriend. I'm buying you a new one. So he got me a new one, and it came in like 2 days because apparently the shop's like a day up above us. And I was so excited, and I put it on, and it was a size too big.
Oh, bummer. That's because you've got weirdo alien digits.
I've got weirdo alien digits.
Yeah.
So I have to get the smallest size they make and hope it fits.
Oh, you can do it. It's going to fit.
Yes.
It's going to be great. 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 No one knows that except for people who've watched Winnie the Pooh, which I've watched 300 times.
Which one is he obsessed with now?
We've been watching a lot of Moana. I think we're going to chill on the Pixar movies and stuff. He's getting a little punch kicky, and I think he only starts to get punch kicky when he watches a lot of like aggressive television, because we're a pretty chill family, you know.
Punch kicky. I like that.
Yeah, he's dive kicking like in Street Fighter, just all over the place. It's nuts. Anyway.
That's mix a 2-year-old boy with any sort of like encouragement.
Yeah, I did make him a sword out of foam today. So
you're like already amped carding him.
Well, I've got those pieces of foam tile that I got from Costco, and that's apparently one of the #1 cosplay materials is EVA foam. So I made him a sword out of foam. It's a crappy sword, but
I want a sword.
It's the first sword. Do you want a sword? So okay, before we do world news, I'm thinking about a costume for Dragon Con.
Okay.
I want to go as Eddie Riggs from Brutal Legend. And I want to make the giant axe out of foam. Yeah, I just need to get a wig because I don't have hair.
Please, please, please.
But that axe would be the raddest thing to carry around in the world.
So, McFly, I'm not entirely sure how old Fizzy Pop is, so you may want to be careful with the sexual innuendos.
Oh, gosh.
Because it was a camp during summer. Okay, never mind. Fizzy's excited about this.
Maybe you don't have to be that old to be excited about what McFly's talking about.
That's true. This is why you should watch the show live.
When I was 13, I thought that would be a great idea, just like every red-blooded American.
Oh, by the way, Ryan, hi. Thanks for listening.
Hi, whatever. Hi, Ryan. I don't know who you are, but hey, thanks for listening.
Belcher.
Oh,
He listens to it afterwards and then texts me and laughs.
hippie lumberjack. We're glad to have you here.
Hippie Lumberjack 3000.
You're the greatest.
Okay, Fizzy's 12.
Fizzy, this show might be a little young for you. I can't make you quit, but hey, or a little old for you, not young. This is a children's show. Pretty soon, yeah, here later, Pee-wee's gonna come out and whatever. World news. No sweat. App aims to alert office workers when they start to stink. That's important. Some people smell terrible.
How does your phone tell you if you stink?
Well, we're about to find out. Worried your body odor is out of control, but suspect your colleagues are too polite to say anything about it? Now there's an app for that, too. A Japanese tech company has begun selling a device that allows people to self-test their sweaty exteriors for 3 categories of smell. The pocket-sized detector, which looks like a tape recorder, connects by Bluetooth to a smartphone app that divulges the potentially ominous results in a suitably discreet manner. Well, this is nice. That's great tech. Konica Minolta, they make giant copiers. The firm previously best known for producing cameras and printers, believes there's a market for the odor checker in Japan because people are, quote, particularly sensitive to smell. Like, we're not sensitive to smell? Oh, Americans smell like feet. That's maybe the problem.
No, all Americans smell like Axe.
Yeah, we do. So, full disclosure, guess what body wash I use?
Is it
Phoenix.
Are you sure?
I smell like a phoenix. It's the one that
you rise from your ashes?
they come in a big old bottle. No, I've got to switch. I'm going to switch. I just don't. I didn't know what to buy, so I just bought the thing. And
how about you get something that's like not?
you're gonna make me go to Whole Foods and rub avocados on my face when I take a shower. I don't want your business. I want just soap. I want animal tested bullcrap soap. I don't care. I don't care if it's a dial. I do care that it's soft soap and not bar of soap. Because with bars of soap, you just put that crap up your butt and you're like, hey, next person who comes along, hope you don't put that up your butt too.
Well, I think it's even worse when you use a washcloth on your butt and then the next day use it on your face. I mean, I know it's covered in soap, but Steven, did you click on the picture?
I clicked on it. So Joel Aaron. I hate to just derail the show completely, but if you're an audio listener, I'm really sorry. But Joel has made us, let me get this out of the way. Joel makes us the best little pictures and puts us in them, and I'm just the happiest person right now. I am Space Tim. He's from the future. Joel, where have you been in my life? Like, come back. Don't ever leave again.
He's like constantly everywhere. And I'm just like, when did you become Hollywood?
Yeah, he's great. He does all kinds of stuff. I follow him on Instagram. Joel is a busy son of a gun. This is the Space Tim from the future. You've got to make me do that stuff more often because that's hilarious.
You're like, I'm from North Dakota and stuff.
Oh, man. Oh, so there's even a word in Japanese for the behavior of office workers who annoy others with their noxious aromas, sumehara, or smell harassment. The device is called Kunken Body, which takes its name from the Japanese word for sniff. It can be used to test for smells in 4 locations: near the head, behind the ear, under the armpit, and around the feet. Not up the butthole, which you would think they would be doing, because I have sat next to some people that I didn't smell them until they got up and turned away from me. And then I wanted to pass out. Yeah, there was one dude I worked next to. He's an awkward fellow, and anytime he got up and walked away, I was kind of like that.
He had
we
butt
need some
waft
help.
issues.
Swamp booty, something going on back there, because I'm just like
Butt waft.
I think somebody had to finally talk to him about it. I didn't talk to him about it because that's not my place, but I think management did have to have a sit down. because it was pretty rough. The device is
Management
available.
has to say, please wipe your butt.
Management just has to. That's why I don't ever want to be in a leadership position because they have to go. Listen, we've had some complaints about your hygiene level, and we're gonna let you dial it up.
Please wipe your ass. Thank you.
It's just I don't know. Get some of those wet ones, like the wet, just all the wet wipes all the time.
I do not understand why people do not use moisture to wipe their booty.
The worst. So this comes from a butt doctor. The worst thing you can do for your butt is dry toilet paper.
You're just like, I mean, like, okay, get ink on your hand and then try to rub it off with like.
Better yet, rub poop on your hand and try to wipe it off with a piece of toilet paper.
Please don't rub shit on your hand.
Take a big old turd and just draw on your hand with it, and then try and get it off of toilet paper. You tell me how effective it is. And then do the same thing on the other hand and use wet ones. And you'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm leaving little pieces of crusty butthole all over my rear.
Ew, crusty bums.
Sorry, this is the knowledge you didn't want when you came to the show. The device is available to Japanese buyers as part of a set of care products in a crowdfunding drive launched on Thursday morning. Early adopters are offered discounts on the recommended retail price of 30,000 yen, with devices said to be delivered later this year. The company said it had no current plans to sell the device outside Japan. So Americans are out of luck. We just have to smell our coworkers.
You have to smell like axe and bow. By the way, subject, did you get the card yet, or is it just not going to happen?
I thought he got it.
Did he?
Or maybe that was you guys in your T-shirt.
He said he tie-dyed a shirt and sent it. And so I just like open it up and there's just like this tie-dyed shirt. And I was like, did he make a tie-dyed
awesome.
shirt? That's fantastic.
Oh, why aren't we wearing them on the show? Did he make me one, or was that just for you?
I mean, I'm sure you could fit in it.
I'll fit in it. Because I wear these nerdy video game shirts.
Hey, wait, okay, yeah.
Hey, you're
We're the Horde.
Monkey Island.
Yeah, yours is a bit esoteric or therefore cooler.
Way more unknown by people. People are like, the Scum Bar, I've never been to that one. I was like, yeah, it's pretty awesome.
People actually say this?
Yeah, they said it to me one time, Scum Bar. And I was like, yeah, it's a thing. It's good. Because, it's more fun to just let people wonder, like, I should go Google that.
You're like, yeah, it's a pretty wild time, I gotta say.
Yeah, it's great. People played me for a fool. All right, let's do this. Small town news. I like when the news story is Ashley's, but she's like off in her own world.
Well, I was like, I thought I put this on my lips, but I thought it was over there. So how did it get here? And I opened it up and I'm like, do I have two of these? Or like, did I rub the wrong thing on my lips? And then I was really confused.
It's likely you have two. It is you, after all.
Maybe. Free AR-15 rifle offered with new roof installation from Alabama company. Jacob,
That's awesome.
I know where we're getting our roof done.
Yeah, in Alabama.
In Alabama.
And then have it shipped to you with the AR-15.
So, is it ethical to offer someone an assault rifle that maybe has never shot a gun?
I don't know. No. It's not. Oh, buddy. Oh, man. It's just, you're treading an area here. Because if I say it one way, it makes me sound like this kind of person. If I say it the other way, I sound like the other kind of person. And I'm so totally centrist with this thing. Like,
So,
there's a time and place and whatnot. Like, I require context.
okay, so I get personal responsibility. Like, you maybe should not accept a gun if you've never played with one before, you don't know how they work, and you've got children and they don't know how they work, and you might, shoot your eye out. At the same time, I feel like maybe you should offer like free ice cream or like a Gator Mountain gift card.
Yeah, why the gun? Why not Well, like what you said, a gallon of ice cream,
Yeah.
a Gander Mountain gift card. If they want to go buy a gun, they can. If they want to buy coveralls, they can do that instead.
Yeah.
You know,
like
like
maybe they don't wait. Maybe okay, I'll read the story because this is really confusing. I cannot freaking breathe and I hate this crap. An Alabama roofing company is offering customers a free AR-15. I'm not here to talk to you about roofing. Rifle! Exclamation point.
what?
I don't know. It just says I'm not here to talk to you about roofing. Period. Rifle! Exclamation point.
Is there a video? Because that's what it says from the video, and I need to hear him say that in his words. Because that's the stupidest thing. We're totally gonna get banned on YouTube. I am every time I play a video from anywhere. Here, I'll find it. Maybe it's on the YouTubes, and I can find it there, and nobody will sue me.
I'm here to talk to you about AR-15 rifles. If you sign up for a new roof with Digital Roofing Innovations, you are going to get you a free. Oh wow! You're gonna get you a free AR-15 rifle after we complete the roof. Blankenstop said.
Here we go. I've got it. You're not gonna be able to hear it, but the peoples will.
I'm not here to talk to you about roofing. Rifle.
Oh, okay. He has them toss him a rifle. He calls them for a rifle. He's also standing in some like
Naked.
Yeah, he's pretty much naked in a bow tie. I mean, I have to paint the picture for the audio listeners. He's got an American flag cowboy hat, a red bow tie, blue and white starred boxers, which for all we know could be an Australian flag or, more likely than anything, and then American flag socks and boots. But now we have the context for the story, so he actually says rifle as if someone is going to throw him.
Throw it to me, yeah.
So we have that now. Good. Okay, we can move on.
Wow. Okay. I'm just like, why? Why? Okay. Zach Blenkinsop, the owner of Digital Roofing Innovations, and a friend came up with the idea as a means to get attention without paying too much money. Well, he's naked on television, which I don't know that I would.
He's fairly buff, though.
Well, yeah, he works out every day for a living. We don't have a huge budget right now for marketing, so what can we do that's super cheap that might go viral? And this was it, Chris McGuire said. McGuire said he posted it in conservative Facebook groups because he knew it would evoke emotion. It did, including flirty comments from women. Because you're naked!
Yeah, they don't care what kind of gun you're toting. They're just like, you're a fine specimen. You got any bullets in that gun? Mm-hmm.
Poor Fizzy. Fizzy's like, what do you guys normally talk about?
This is it, Fizzy.
It's a variety show.
We call it an odd news show, but it's just really some filler between the stupid stuff we end up talking about.
Fizzy got his first kiss in the lake, by the way.
That's awesome. I'm still gonna.
I feel like we should all clap for Fizzy.
Okay, hold on. Then. You got kissed. You got kissed by a lady. It was awesome. I'm super happy for you today. That's all I got.
I just feel like it was perfect because he's like, I went to summer camp. I met her there. We kissed at a lake. Done.
That's welcome to the middle school / high school life. That's what happens. Every kid I knew that summer camp, they would be like, I kissed a girl. And I was like, oh man, maybe I'll kiss a girl someday. And I did one day, years later. And then I married one. And it was better. It's like, I married that one. She's
like,
the
I can
best.
have sex with you and not worry about it. Okay, ready, go.
Awesome. I mean, it's great being married is what I meant, not what Ashley was saying. But I still stand I stand by my statement that Fizzy Pop Soda probably shouldn't be listening to this show, like, at all.
He's fine. I'm just like, I sit here and I think of Nathan, McLaughlin, and I'm like, no, he would listen to this too.
It doesn't make it okay, but
you would have too. Like, holy crap.
But I was left to my own devices all the time. It really, I was playing Grand Theft Auto 3, at 14. I'm like, this game is
out
great.
to be, such a good person. So.
Yeah, so I don't want to derail from the story too much again, but it's less about what the kid is doing than who the kid is.
Yeah, that's true.
There are things I probably wish I hadn't have been as engaged in, but I mean, I don't swear. I don't get into trouble. I'm not a bad, like, playing a video game did not turn me into a horrible person. Being a horrible person and playing that video game might make you a worse horrible person. But it just depends. I don't know. I think it's more about the personality in the kid than it is about the media itself.
I have faith in Fizzy being awesome.
I think Fizzy's great. Fizzy's wonderful.
Fizzy soda pop. Fizzy pop soda. Oh,
Fizzy was with an older woman. She was 14. Beware those older women. They got wiles.
Yeah, don't date an older woman.
They're so weird.
They really are. They'll do it.
And she's like, I've been an older woman once or twice.
People are very concerned with us promoting violence, drinking with firearms. There was a comment. This man, I am more concerned with your ability to English. Like, if this is, I mean, okay, nobody was drinking while we're shooting guns.
I didn't see any liquor or anything.
He said, you get to choose what you believe in, and if people don't like it, then we don't care. We're going to continue to do our business and take care of our customers. Wait, that's terrifying. You're drunk holding a gun, and you're going to say you're going to take care of your customers?
We'll take care of you.
The video has led to a pair of commercial roofing opportunities and several home requests. And just in case you were wondering, the free assault rifle is only given to those who pass a full background check, and it's legal too.
I mean, if they pass a background check, that's the same thing that they would have done if, they went to a gun shop. But some of these people might not want to go to a gun shop, and now they have an AR-15.
Yeah, that's like subject said, he brought up marijuana, and I'm just like, yeah, like, you might not think about doing marijuana. Let's just use French fries. You might not think about eating French fries, but if someone brings you French fries, you might eat the French fries. Like, you wouldn't go out and get the French fries because you're watching your diet. But if someone brings you French fries, like, you're not going to say no.
That's a really, really strong argument. No, I mean, it is. It's a very strong argument that you having access to a thing makes you more likely to then engage in the thing than if
Especially
it were
if it's free.
If it were wrong or uncomfortable for you to go get it otherwise.
Right.
You would be like, "Oh no." Like, okay, so it's just like the internet, right? I would never have stolen a CD in middle school or high school. Never. I would have never walked into a store, picked up a CD, and walked out without paying for it. But
no,
man,
no.
When the accessibility was there and it was handed to me and it was anonymous and it wasn't something you could get in trouble for at the time, I took all the CDs. Right? So you gotta be careful with this stuff. You don't just go giving out guns. And I'm the furthest thing from anti-gun. I am responsible gun. But like you can't just do that. Would you download a car, Steven?
That's what like every time I see that I yell at the screen. I'm like, yes, I friggin' would, and that bitch would have racing stripes.
If I could build a car and download it, I would download the crap out of it.
Holy crap! I'd be like driving around. Like, how many Batmobiles would you see if you could like 3D print a car off the internet?
We are so not far from that reality. We are not.
Awesome.
We are not. You just call up the auto shop and they're like, all right, we'll print it for you. Just putting a body on a chassis, It's like, I want the interior of a BMW and I want the outside to look like a Batmobile. Go.
Oh, yes. Fizzy said this was the show I was looking for. It may not be the show that this city deserves.
But it's the show you have right now.
Oh my god, so many pedophiles would be in like the Ninja Turtle van, Steven.
Oh no. I would print a turtle van and turn it into an ice cream truck. But I'm not a pedophile. That would not be like a kid bait thing. That would just be like, I'm a turtle van and I'm a Ninja Turtle for reals.
I'm a turtle.
It would shoot the sewers out of the front too, the sewer lids, like the toy did.
Oh my gosh, I want pizza. Ninja Turtles made pizza look so amazing. Like the cheese, just and like the like I'm not even hungry, and then my mouth is watering.
Glory hole.
Oh, this is so good.
This is so good.
No, I'm Batman. Fizzy Pop.
Favorite superhero, go.
Captain America. Sorry, I was really cycling through my index file in there. I was like, my Rolodex was just like flapping.
You got stuck, and I'm just like,
This is. I've got a mental Rolodex with all these heroes in it. I'm just like, which one? I don't know. Oh, why is this card in the wrong place? And finally came with Captain America. That would probably it. Deadpool counts.
Deadpool, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Shazam! Nice.
Right on. We've got some Billy Batson fans in here. That's cool.
Nice.
I'm a huge fan of Black Adam, like from Shazam.
Is he gonna be in a thing? Because it was in. I don't know how much I want to like spoil that because it was in a fair. I mean, it was in Guardian, and I just.
Well, it wouldn't be because Black Adam is a DC here, a DC villain. And I think there's a Shazam movie in the works.
But wait, they did. Oh, not Black Adam. Okay, I'm like, no, Adam's in the
No,
thing,
you're thinking Adam Warlock.
Yeah. I just my brain latched onto Adam, and I'm like, no.
No, Black Adam is a Shazam villain, and he's
yeah.
super rad. And I think it's in the works, and The Rock wants to be Black Adam, which would be really cool. I'd be so down for that.
I don't know much about Black Adam. I was reading about Victoria Kale.
Oh, the lady that's made out of salad.
she's like she's like Lex Luthor to Wonder Woman.
Oh, I don't know anything. I know zero about Wonder Woman's Rogue Gallery. I don't have a clue.
Well, that's why I was reading up on her, because I'm just like, who is this blonde chick?
You know what? Like we keep getting all these heroes that are like third tier. People don't really know them that well, and it's like, oh, they've got these villains. You know, I don't know who I'm supposed to care about. I have to research the comic book movie before I go see it. There's like people talking about Spider-Man: Homecoming, which I haven't seen yet.
Neither have I.
And they're like, oh, well, here's some info on the schoolmates and who they become and who the possible connections to this are. I'm like, I read Ultimate Spider-Man. I don't know who these people are.
Like I go watch the movie, like I'll read a little bit going into it just so like that's how I knew I don't want to spoil, never mind. That's how I knew that this person wasn't who they said this person was in the Marvel universe. I mean, he existed, but he wasn't who they said it was. I'm like, no, that's okay, I'll go with it. That's cool.
Well, it's his own universe and the things change. You know,
yeah,
they make it work.
Yeah.
So you want to move on to the special section? Since we've been doing this show for like 3 days now. Special section! So this is kind of fun. This is kind of fun for me, specifically tonight. Jacob gave us a special section, which is related to a question I asked him the other day, and a question that I sent into the newest, latest, best channel on Anchor, which is hosted by an amazing, amazing podcaster by the name of Jeff Kanata, who's been a fan, I've been a fan of since way back in the day when Totally Rad Show was a thing. Hey, raise your hand if you remember that. Yeah, you. So Totally Rad Show was a thing, and I followed Jeff Kanata and what he did, and I posed this question to him on Anchor, and he played it on the show and responded to it, and I'm like, what? Fame. Yeah, man, I've been that close. So it was super cool. So anyway, this is the question.
I was listening to it. It was super fun.
So download the Anchor app. Do that. Anchor on your iPhone or Android and follow newest, latest, best and listen to the latest show and you'll get it. So here's the thing. What happens to the gamer generation when we get old and are sent to the nursing home? What does a nursing home look like when people who have grown up playing video games get there? Like, do we bring games with us?
LAN party.
Like, right? So to play a video game, it takes hand-eye coordination. It takes some dexterity. But imagine you're just old and you just need help. Like assisted living type facility. And you've got people around you, but you've also got this box in front of you. Your PC or your Xbox 3000 or whatever's out at the time. And you can play games with other people around the world. Like what is that? I mean, what does that do? How does that change the dynamic of being old and isolated?
Yeah, that is. I liked that. That's what you brought up about it, is the isolation and the loneliness. I read that as best dong.
Well, he's gonna get to read it as time out, so that's how that works.
So, so because you think of like these.
Holy crap!
So
Subject to change just cheered 10,000 bits. Oh, but not really.
Lord,
Never mind. Dag nabbit subject. I hate you.
It's like I was hoping you wouldn't see that.
I'm Ron Burgundy. I just read the thing. I'm like 10,000. That's $100. That's crazy. Okay,
So I
sorry.
was gonna say, subject has been like cheering all of his bits. But yeah, it's like this lonely, isolated, awful thing, and you just think of sad, like broken bones and like bedpans. But I feel like, I mean, you think about the Wii, right? Like that brought motion into the video games. I mean,
Oh,
we
yeah.
don't think anything about it. Like you shake up a can of, it's not hairspray, Steven. What is it? Spray paint.
Spray paint or silly string.
Yeah, like you shake it up with your controller and spray it on
Yeah.
Second Son. Like, you know, when you think about it, you're just like,
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering like how much movement is going to be put into it. And like you said, they're not going to maybe have the dexterity and stuff, but I also wonder if it's going to be a situation where all you have to do is like look left or look right, or, you know, fiddle with your thumbs, or
like I think about VR. Like, you don't even have to many times be mobile at all. Like, you get in VR, right? You put the VR headset on and you play something like Elite Dangerous, and you're an old dude, but you've got your throttles and your joysticks and your stuff, and you're like, this is great. I'm flying planes or flying spaceships. Like, that's super cool. And I'm wondering, like, how does that? I think that the elder demographic is missed in Horseshoes and Henry's. But one thing Jeff brought up that I thought, or Horseshoes and Henry's, in video games, I was reading at the same time I was trying to speak. One thing that he brought up was that that video games are as old as we are, in a major sense. Like, I was 4 when the NES came out, I mean, there was obviously Ataris and stuff a little bit earlier than that, but for the most part, it's very young. So the people that are in the nursing home now didn't grow up with it and probably have been more comfortable letting it go or not doing a thing. What did you do?
It hurts.
I'm sorry. You should just I don't know, do something. But it's like we're not there yet, and people, I don't think developers are making games for old people yet. But once we're there, do the old people start making old people, or do the developers start making old people games like they make kid games?
But I feel like we've got such an ageist society. Like, by the time a developer gets, or not a developer, but like by the time they get older, they just kick them out and then hire.
Well, no, I'm not saying the developers are old. I'm just saying the developers see a market for senior targeted games. I mean, you could kind of argue like Big Buck Hunter 2000 or whatever is a game that an old person could play, or Pro Bass Fisher, you know, but they suck. So what have you got, like, good games by good devs who are just targeting older people? It's like when Ron Gilbert broke off from LucasArts to make humongous games and make kid adventure games like Putt Putt and Fatty Bear and stuff. Those were kids games, but they were good. They're very good adventure games. They treated kids with respect. So you get a developer that treats the elderly with respect and makes a great game for them, you know. Maybe it becomes a market. Maybe it becomes something that they're like, hey, we need to make an MMO for these senior citizens. It doesn't disrespect their age,
right?
But helps them do the same things that other people are doing, just in a more targeted, direct way.
I mean, I could see my dad sitting down and playing Zelda once he got the hang of the controls.
There's an entry level. So, but your dad didn't grow up with games. He didn't grow up playing them. Neither did mine. And the only thing I've ever heard from my mom is she played Mario one time when I was at school and couldn't put it down and decided that she would never be able to pick it up again, lest she become an addict. So I was like, oh my gosh, my mom could have been a gamer and just knew that was not a good thing for her to do. When she
she's like, I would have. There's a Futurama episode where they talk about dating robots, like human robot relationships, and how you would never get anything done because all you would do is sit and make out with your robot. And I feel like your mom had that thought with
with Mario. She was like, this is really fun, and if I play, because I think she said she didn't get anything done that day when she did, so she was like, not gonna do that again.
Oh, Yeshbrat brings up something. He's like, what did he say? He said, "Why can't old timers play WoW? What kind of game would be an old person game? Would they dedicate more screen space for a larger
Dude,
font?"
I don't know. But I mean, they make games for all kinds. So games have become so much more than just jump over the block and land on the Goomba. You know, like
Right.
there's a game called That Dragon Cancer. That's just a very narrative story game about somebody's struggle with cancer. And it got all kinds of rave reviews, and people are like, well, that's not really a game. But it is, because it's an interactive storytelling experience. Maybe you have more stuff like that for the old people where the reaction time might not be as fast. It's
Right.
more about like...
It's not a skill thing, but it's...
Right, it's something where they can... But at the same time, like, how do you make it... I don't know, we're getting deep. But it was just it was an interesting question. And the reason I thought about it mainly was because I was thinking about Child's Play, the charity, where they actually donate gaming gear and stuff to children's hospitals. Like, why don't they have a seniors play or whatever that donates game equipment and stuff to help, old elder people maintain that sharpness in their brain? Because games keep you active. It's active entertainment. It's not sitting on the sitting in front of the TV watching Hallmark Channel all day.
Right, yeah.
And I think that's one of the things that...
Talk.
Yeah, especially if you can engage with others at the same time. It's like my grandma, I think that was one of the things that probably hurt her the most, was just really just sitting and watching Price is Right and stuff.
Yep. I've noticed when my dad reads, he's 90 billion times better than if he sits down and watches television.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Eric and Christina!
Eric and Christina, you the best. You get all the points.
Ding, ding.
But anyway, I just want to leave that to the listeners. And if you guys have comments on it, please send us an email at hnhshow@gmail.com, or just tweet us, SteveH&H Fake Kills, because I think it's an interesting concept. I'd like to know where you guys would take it. And with that, Newspaper Left Untold. That's the wrong button. Let's try that again. Woman sets boyfriend on fire and using urine to put out the flames. Oh, good Lord. That goes to that thing like, I'd never pee on you if you were on fire.
Wait, she did it wrong.
Yeah, because she's supposed to be like, no. A Penn Hills woman reportedly set her boyfriend on fire while he was asleep and then used urine to put out the flames. Oh, so she felt bad. That's fine.
Wait, she did it while he was
I put you on fire. That's terrible. Leanne Sipuliak, 38, is facing multiple charges, including attempted homicide and arson. Penn Hills police were called to the home on the Lime Hollow Road early Sunday morning for a domestic dispute. Police say Sipuliak had an argument with her boyfriend late Saturday or early Sunday. We're not really sure. Police reports can be a little fuzzy. And when he went to sleep, she poured gasoline on him, lit a cigarette, and flicked it onto the mattress. What? Oh, God! That's terrible. No, apparently...
Don't set people on fire!
That's so bad. Apparently, when this argument was over, the boyfriend went to sleep on the mattress. They lived in the basement, and for some reason, the young lady decided to dump gasoline on him and set him on fire. He woke up when he caught fire. Good. That's important. And he jumped out of bed. Sepliak then grabbed a bucket the couple had been using as a toilet and threw urine on him to put out the flames. This is a bad situation in so many ways.
Why were they in a basement with no toilet?
Meth house? I don't know. It's gross.
Oh, I asked that too early.
According to the police, Sepliak was living in her parents' basement with her boyfriend, and they had been using the bucket as a toilet so they wouldn't have to bother her parents upstairs when they needed to use the restroom. Bother your parents. If Sam is ever living in my basement, I do not want him to poop and pee in a 5-gallon bucket. I would much rather
really
him.
Gross.
It's like, Sam, dude, you're not bothering me. Just come upstairs and use the bathroom. It's totally fine.
She's 38.
38, living with her parents?
And her boyfriend?
It's time to pull your life together.
To say like that you didn't have everything put together and then like you got fired. So
oh yeah,
that was incredibly judgmental of me. I apologize. That was bad judgmental. That wasn't even funny judgmental. I'm you're too old to be living with your parents.
You know how many homeless people had a bad day and that's why they're there? It's not like it happens to people. It doesn't just, you don't just grow up born homeless and stay that way.
Right.
Like that's not how that works. Penn Hills police say the man was taken to UPMC Mercy with burns to 25 at 30% of his body. He was in critical condition on Sunday, but police say his injuries do not appear to be life-threatening. Sepelyak was booked at Allegheny County Jail. She faces attempted homicide and arson charges and is set to appear in court on July 17th. So we should know more on July 17th, 4 days from now.
Wow.
Join us next week.
Don't set your wow, Fizzy Pop said there was a guy who set his wife on fire and killed her where he lives. I don't want to live where Fizzy lives.
Why are people immolating everyone?
Oh, nice vocabulary though.
I used it. It's because it's a skill in WoW.
Yeah.
I think that's a warlock move. Immolate. And they catch on fire.
Nice.
Yeah, don't be saying video games ain't teach me nothing.
Steven,
I know
I'm
words now.
sick.
I know, Smash. I'm so sorry. You're on antibiotics now, right?
No, I didn't start them yet. I'm just hoping I'll be better in the morning and I don't have to take antibiotics. I hate antibiotics.
You're going to have to take them. You're going to have to take them. Buddy of mine,
Stephanie's on day 3 and she's still dying.
she's on day like 2.5. It's not really day 3. There's plenty of time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was a Buddhist monk who self-immolated to protest a war. I remember that. That was the one that was like a big deal.
Yeah, that can't, I can't. I don't even want to.
I don't want to be caught on fire. That's a bad way to go.
Arrow said this is why I'm single.
Arrow,
My fear of being set on fire keeps me from dating.
not all women want to burn you alive. You can date people. Just make sure they're not a crazy.
As annoyed as I have been to anybody I've ever dated, and I mean that has been like way the hell up there. I have never realistically considered setting them on fire. I may have told them to die in a fire,
Right.
but it wasn't going to be started by me.
No, you just want them to go find some fire and go die in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fire and drowning are two things I think would be a bad time.
Especially in, yes, she's like, I'm not really worried about the fire part. It's just the pee part after that crosses the line.
It's like, if you throw urine on me, I'm going to be upset.
Yeah. Like, you can set me on fire. I mean, we can get through that. But if you pee on me, it's over.
There was a couple dudes in World War II, and one of them was a drunk, and the other was very straight-laced. And the drunk dude had slept in, and the straight-laced guy comes over to him and is like, you gotta get up, it's time to wake up, whatever. And the guy was just grumbling, didn't want to wake up. So straight-laced guy takes the nearby bucket that was full of water and throws it on his friend to wake him up. His friend gets up, is like, I've been peeing in that all night. Like, he had thrown his own urine on him. So he sat there angry about it, and it was like, I don't know. And then they were friends the rest of their lives.
Are you serious? Oh, that's so funny. Can you imagine what would happen if somebody threw water on me to wake me up?
Oh, no, you would die. You would die. It would be bad.
They
Yeah,
would-
McFly, it was Band of Brothers. They did it in the show, and it was in the book. If it's in the book, it's probably in the show. So that's how it works. Pretty much every cool story I told Stephanie while I was reading that book happened in the show. So I'm
Oh,
like,
that's
I've ruined
fun.
most of this for you, thinking that they wouldn't show that. That was not what I meant to hit. I'm not good with these buttons tonight. WTF section. WTF.
That's me.
It's your turn.
It's me. I have to get there. Pizza slice. That's me. Pizza slice. I read about neurons and axons and dendrites and stuff today, and mine just went.
All your dendrons were like, mm-mm.
Yeah. Pizza slice thrown out of vehicle window. Teen charged with assault. What the shit? What?
You threw a piece of pizza and they charged you with assault.
I throw bananas. Okay.
I don't want to live in the
Newfound-
world anymore.
Newfoundland police took a bite out of crime with the arrest of a teen accused of hurling pizza at a bystander.
That's stupid.
18
That's Scruff McGruff.
That's so
Scruff
stupid.
McGruff, take a bite out of crime. You remember that? The
I
Great
really,
Dane
like,
in the
would
trench
shit
coat?
What pizza now? Yeah, he was like he was doggy Dick Tracy. The 18-year-old man has been charged with assault in what might be best described as an alleged pizza tossing drive-by in St. John's. The offending slice was thrown from, this is fun with like the nasal thing. The offending slice was thrown from a vehicle at a homeowner on Thorn Road, which I don't really give a shit about. Police say the pizza projectile failed to hit his target. The Royal Newfoundland Constabulary, which is effing glorious in this accent, made the arrest after reviewing home security footage provided by the victim. The video has not been released, which sucks. Police did not specify whether the slice was triangular or square-shaped. Also, it's unclear what toppings were on it at the time of the assault.
If you don't have the murder weapon, how can you be sure it was even thrown?
Because the video.
Well, I want the video because I don't know that it happened without the video.
I mean, you can assault somebody with anything, but pizza is. I mean, was it
so
cold
stupid.
pizza
Was it
or
hot?
warm pizza?
If it was hot and you burn the person, yeah, you're pretty screwed up. But how many people do you? I feel like that Jackie Chan face where he's just like, "What?"
I love that face. I miss Jackie Chan.
What? Who? I can't even put my thoughts together. I'm so
Their
aggravated.
dendrites have failed to pick up on neurotransmitters.
This so happy world we live in. Like, there's things I would have never considered legal action for. You remember when you could just punch a guy in a bar and it was just you punched a guy in a bar and y'all went home and whatever? Now it's like you punched a guy in the bar. That guy can sue for assault. Like, isn't fighting just the way we live? Like, isn't fighting just normal? Can't you just fight?
My safe space, Steven.
Can't you just fight somebody, and if there's no like permanent hospital level damage, you can just be like, okay, we'll just shake hands and move on. Did you know the state of Washington has like permitted combat? Like, if you and the person you want to fight agree to fight with witnesses, you're allowed to fight it out. Did you know that?
Where is that?
The state of Washington. So Phoenix Jones, the Batman of Seattle, I think he's in Seattle. I might be wrong. You have to correct me. But there's a video of him getting in a tussle with a violent drunk guy. And Phoenix Jones, a police officer comes, and Phoenix Jones says, "I would like to propose physical combat," or whatever. They have a name for it. And the cop was like, "Do you agree to the combat?" And the drunk guy like, "Yeah, I'll take him on." And Phoenix Jones like, "I agree to the combat." And the cop's like, "Okay, fight it out."
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's like a dad. I mean, that's like a dad with two sons. Here's some boxing gloves. Y'all figure it out.
It's very important for your sons to learn how to roughhouse with each other and fight
without
kids.
throwing them through the sheetrock.
Yeah,
preferably.
don't fight like a moron. But roughhouse is important because it learns what you can hit and how you should hit and what you can and can't do and what hurts and doesn't hurt. It's a valued part of life. And that's why most boys, for instance, are into roughhousing because it's just naturally occurring desire to punch things.
I super want to look up this Phoenix Jones guy now.
Yeah, look up Phoenix Jones. He's awesome.
Phoenix
Mm-hmm.
Jones.
Yeah, he really just used to go around and pick fights with buttholes. He's a street avenger.
He's dressed like awesomeness.
Yeah, he's super. We should get him on the show one day.
Oh, Phoenix Jones. I
Yeah.
want to debump you.
Yeah, so
I made it sound like I want to have sexual relationships. When it's not what I meant. I just meant like I would like to fist bump you because that's what my 2-year-old nephew says.
I want to bump you. Yeah.
I want to debump you.
Yep. So he's gotten in trouble and whatnot before, but like he's a superhero, you know? Not super. I mean, he's kind of a hero.
My guy is made of muscles.
Oh yeah, he's awesome. Phoenix Jones is the best. We're supporters around here. He'll challenge you to a duel. That's probably true.
Phoenix Jones is super bad.
All right, you guys, you are all awesome, and we love you, and you're the best. We're gonna leave you with some mailbag stuff that we don't have. No, we're not going to leave you with mailbag stuff. There's no mailbag stuff.
Wait, no. Subject sent me literal mail.
Oh, yeah. You got the tie-dye shirts from him.
I really want to hold it up.
So
but
super
it's currently in the laundry.
Major things to sub for sending those in. That is awesome. Thank you guys, everybody, for showing up tonight.
What's your favorite pizza? Text us, tweet us, email us, snail mail us. Tell us what your favorite pizza toppings are and what the thickness of the crust is. And okay, Steven can finish now.
Ashley wants pizza. That's what we know.
Yeah.
So we're planning right now episode 400, which is now 11 episodes away.
It's
10
gonna be
episodes
so
away.
good. It's gonna be so good.
Episode 400 is a pretty big deal.
It's gonna be so good.
So, if you have any ideas, I got the hiccups all of a sudden. If you have any
I
ideas,
noticed that.
hit me up. Let me know. Send your questions. Let's do this. Send your questions, comments, feedback, and hate mail to hnhshow@gmail.com. You can call us and leave us a voicemail at HNH Live on Skype. Download our show on iTunes or Google Play or wherever you get podcasts. Download the podcast. You know how to do it. Steve H&H on Twitter, Fate Kills, Phate Kills, and Two Dorks TV to see whenever we go live and do stuff. You can also tip us. There's a tip button on our Twitch page, twitch.tv. Click the Tippy button. And also, your free Amazon Prime Twitch subscription has got to go somewhere. Why not throw it at us? We would love to receive it. You click the subscribe button and you say Amazon Prime. You click the Amazon Prime button, and that $2.50 comes to us with no charge to you. And it helps us keep the lights on.
Tell them what they helped us do for a month.
Oh, the revenue we got from last month helped us pay for the server. Yay. So it helped us pay for where we store the podcast and the website and all that stuff. That was big. That's very helpful for us. So please, if you have Prime, hook it up to your account and send us to Prime sub. So
Please have your monies. Okay, thank you.
also, hey man, I might do some more Elite Dangerous streaming in the near term because that's a really fun game about flying spaceships everywhere, and I'm having a really good time with it. And I've got this joystick.
And it's so pretty.
It needs some use. Yeah, it's super
so
fun.
Pretty.
Super fun. And I'm playing around with the voice activated control smash. I can say deploy landing gear, and the landing gear will deploy. And I can say,
dude, I would live in that world.
It's super cool. So I'm gonna play around with a little bit of that. And if you see us go live, that might be what I'm doing. And you should pop in. It'd be great. And Diablo on Tuesdays. Thank you, McFly. Diablo Necromancer time with Dressed and me and Jacob. We talk about all kinds of stuff. And it's fantastic. I love playing with Jacob and Dressed. They're so awesome. We'll leave you guys with these words of wisdom. Oh, and I keep forget. I got a show on Anchor, anchor.fm/the-Steven-show. Go there. I recorded my first real episode today.
Nice.
So check out Anchor. If you're not, if you want it, it's on iOS and Android. You can go to their website, but it's not full featured. So check it out. Words of wisdom from Albert Einstein. He says, you can't blame gravity for falling in love. Sounds like lyrics to a 50s song.
I know, it's awesome.
You can't blame gravity for falling in love. Do, 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 do. All right, I won't subject you to that anymore. Love you guys. See you next time on Horseshoes and Hand Grenades. You just had to slip it in there. You guys are awesome, dude. Joel, can you use that picture on the blog post, Smash? The Onward to North Space?
Yeah,
Onward to North Space. I really said that. That really is something that I said with my mouth.
Onward to North Space. Hold on, let's see.
That
Copy.
was such a freaking disaster. It was great. I mean, it's the good kind of disaster. It's the disaster you want.
I'll put this in her.
Thank you all so much for hanging out.
Yeah, thank you so much for subscribing and for hanging out and making fun pictures and chit-chatting. And I need to go blow my nose because I'm going to die.
You should go do that. I will end the show now so that you can go blow your nose.
Honk.
Well, as soon as I do this, what did we call this show? I don't think it's big enough.
Yes, and then something else was funnier, but I forget what it is because
my thing isn't big enough. Pounded by the other title was Pounded by Horse
Pounded by
People.
Horses. Why can we just not remember the stuff in the thing?
Well, I think Pounded by Horse People was a little too much.
Horse pounds.
If you weren't there for the Diablo show, you're like, what?
Yeah, Steven got pounded by horse people.
Right. It was awesome. You guys are the best. Stay cool. Bye.